I honestly believe that this whole thing was really Monique's time to actually get off her chest what she had to get off her chest. Everybody else was kind of just there. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac, and this is their reunion. This is part 1. And like I said, you have all these ladies, and literally, it was Monique's time to shine. So the new girl, for me, kind of took part 1. Ashley basically did what it is that Ashley does. She stirred the pot, and Monique finally got her time to say all the things she wanted to say with full information, because she's actually watched the show back now. So she's got to see things, and now she could actually respond. So we're going to talk about it, but let's talk about what these folks had on first of all. Everybody was dressed horrible, with the exception of Giselle and Charisse. And their dresses were totally forgettable. It was a sad day for fashion. I have to say, the best dressed person on stage was Andy. Charisse had this blue dress that was just, it just wasn't saying or doing anything. But it wasn't an ugly dress. There was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't doing anything. It had a lot of leg out. So when she sat down, it was kind of like a rap style. So her legs were completely out, but then her shoes were boring. If you're going to do this thing where the dress is kind of demure and your legs are out, bitch, you better have a mean goddamn sandal or something. Your shoe needs to be a statement piece. Not at all. Not at all. Then next to her, you got Robin. This yellow dress, and it was just, well, not yellow, I'm sorry, it was pink. It was a pink dress, like a pale pink. And it's like one of those dresses that are short in the front with a long piece in the back. That dress is not for sitting. Where's the stylist? What is this stylist thinking about? Because with reunion dresses, they have to be dresses that look good sitting. It's not there. You don't have the opportunity to stand unless you're fighting. So you need a dress that looks good sitting down, and that wasn't it. Robin looked completely uncomfortable, and then I was uncomfortable because every time the camera panned her way, I'm like, are we going to see her panties yet? Because the way the camera was hitting her, she's sitting, and it was like this short dress. It was just problematic. It just didn't work, and it just didn't look good sitting down. And then when she stood up, I see the picture of her standing up, and it still was a little bit frumpy, and it's terrible because Robin usually, Robin dresses up really, really well, but her hair was just okay. It was okay. I don't know about that part way over here. I don't know. Makeup was nice, but it was just kind of a miss because last year at the reunion, that goddamn Robin showed up and showed out. Giselle was sitting next to Robin. Giselle, her dress was just there. It was just a red dress. She looked good in the red. So I'll give her that. Her earrings were horrible. Horrible. The earrings just looked cheap. And that was the other thing. Those earrings that Robin had on, horrible. Horrible. Looked like cosplay. That wasn't, those earrings were the worst. There was nothing elegant about them. They were big. They were gawky. They were very, very outre. I just wasn't feeling that. And Giselle's just looked out of place and cheap. They looked very cheap. And her hair was a mess as usual. Absolute mess. And she just kind of sitting there in her shoes, and these big gold shoes. Andy looked nice. Next to Andy was Karen. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. It looked like one of them old comforters with the little pom pom balls on it that my great grandmother used to have. And then it had the nerve to be powder blue on top of it. I said, bitch, if you don't get your ass out of here with that. It was horrible. It looked as old as she is. Then up in the something was going on with her boobs. Her boobs was smashed down. And then they talked about this because Andy even asked her, did she get a reduction? Because her boobs look so much smaller. Because, Karen's titties are huge. But they were smashed down like she was playing drag king for the day. And it just didn't look good. And that didn't look good. That was horrible. Her hair looked like she had been caught in the rain and they tried to fix it. It just wasn't. It was just thick and the bang. Ugh. Her whole look was horrible. And the shoes didn't even go. Like it was a nice shoe, but it didn't go with what she had on. It just, again, and it looked terrible and cumbersome sitting down. It looked like if I would just make a couch cover for this couch and then slid into it and then sat on the couch. It was just cumbersome. I didn't care for it at all. Ashley sitting next to Karen, and I don't know what the hell color that was. Because in some shots, it looks like gunmetal. And in other shots, it looks like an old ugly shade of green, like moss and seaweed green. And it just old. It was just old. I looked at it, I was like, that dress is giving me Xena warrior princess tease. Dressed up. It was too old looking, and she's too young and vibrant for a dress that downtrodden. I just didn't care for it. I didn't care for it on her. And I'm not going to say that it was a bad dress. It was a bad dress choice for her. She's too young for that. It aged her. Monique, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that shit? That was just awful. It was awful. It looked like a toilet paper cozy. I didn't, that was horrible. Some pale blue princess shit. And then she's built so nice that she could have really had a very pretty princess type dress. That color was just bad. Her hair looked nice. Her makeup looked like she did it herself. Whoever got her dress didn't do her any favors. And I'm thinking she may have actually done that herself. She don't know no better. She may have done that herself. I'm thinking next season, I'm thinking that Monique will probably be looking better. Once she looks at this back, she'll probably look better next season for the reunion. But that was a mess. That was a mess. But it was still her motherfucking night. And I'm gonna get to that in just a second. So, okay, then first we'll just talk about each individual person. Karen. Karen was on the fuck shit with the bullshit and then wrapped it back around to bring it to us. It was just total garbage. Her mouth was just running. None of the shit she was saying made sense. Again, they were focusing on that move to Great Falls and all that. Then she threw her parents in there, and I moved for my parents. Okay, well, your parents live with you? Well, no, but they have the option. And girl, you went around and around and around and around just to keep from saying, bitch, that y'all's money is fucked up. And that's all that it is. Their money is fucked up. We've seen it in the blogs. There's some situations, some tax situations and things of that nature. Their money is fucked up. And that's all there was to it. And she's all defensive and going on, and they went on about this grand dame bullshit. And Sharice threw out there, first of all, you're not the grand dame of any goddamn thing because, one, people in Potomac have jets and multiple homes and all of these different things and a steady amount of funding and money. You don't have that. And she said, and I don't have that. So no, our status is not even of the status of a lot of the people in Potomac. So no, you're not really the grand dame. And then that's what she said. Giselle's the one that called her that in the first season, and then she just kind of took it on. You know, child, you all in these self-proclaimed titles, honey, get on out of here. The first lady of this and the first lady of that, and you ain't the first lady of shit. Sit down. Anyway, so I just was sick of her and Ray and this. It's bullshit. They're having money problems. End of story. Kaput. Moving on. Ashley literally went through this whole thing basically instigating. She did, and that's what she does. She stirs the pot, and she's gotten so good at it. Because she's so bold, and I think she really believes that nobody will whoop her ass, and that's why she just does it. But that shit gonna catch up with you one day, especially if you keep on playing with Robin. Especially if you keep playing with Robin, I'm telling you. By season 3, you gonna mess around and make Robin lay hands on you. The thing that did shut her down, baby, when she had kikied and cackled through everybody's everything, and when we got to the end of part 1, and Andy asked her about her and her marriage, baby, she was all kikied out, baby. It wasn't funny at all. She was giving honey, this shit's a mess, and it's breaking up, and shit, my feelings wouldn't be hurt if we broke up, basically. I was like, but we saw that coming. We saw that coming. And everybody was kind of on her because they said she was just always in somebody's business. And she did. She was very much that way. She had an opinion about everybody's situation. And meanwhile, her situation was fucked up. But you know what they say, misery loves company. I'm still holding Monique. I'm going to hold Monique. Let's go on over to the other side. Sharice didn't have a lot to say. Sharice did a lot of co-signing, a lot of verifying of different facts and things. And mentioning that, we're going to bounce 2 down on the couch to Giselle, who was lying. Like, she kept getting caught in fucking lies. Giselle, what is going on? You're like the Mariah of Potomac. Nasty, not quite as nasty because everybody doesn't hate you. But, bitch, you rewriting history. And I told y'all about bitches that rewrite history. That's a mess. You can't rewrite history and expect other people to play along with you. And this is what I'm seeing. She's over here trying to rewrite what they lived. And Sharice and Karen were busting her out every step of the way with the addition of Monique. Because Monique had actually given her, girl, I think you do a lot of forgetting, honey, about how things really went on. I said, yeah, that bitch is lying. That's what's going on. She lying. And kept on every segment, she would tell some type of a lie, and Sharice was like, that ain't what was said. All that kind of shit. I was like, this is a mess. So like I said, Sharice did a lot of verifying, and yeah, a whole lot of verifying and head shaking over there on that couch. I said, oh my gosh. Robin, same old shit. Same old shit. And then she turned around and got so fucking upset. She got completely in her feelings. Completely in her feelings. She kept trying, because this her whole thing is this whole Juan thing and all of that. And Ashley was just firing it at her. And there was no stop because y'all are sitting in front of each other. So the conversation is going out into its entirety. Robin couldn't take it. She couldn't take it. She tried to hold up and keep face and save face and all that. It just didn't work. At a point when we got toward the end of this first part of the reunion, that bitch was just mad. She was hotter than a firecracker. Then when they had a break, you could hear her mic was on. She's over talking how she really was wanting to whoop Ashley's ass a couple times and said if she don't stop, I'm gonna whoop her ass. She keep on. I said, Lord have mercy. Ratchet Cratchit, honey. That's Miss Robin, honey. Ratchet as hell. Girl, but it is what it is. This is the information that you put out. This is the information you put out. One thing that came out, you remember we had the whole thing where Karen had actually got raped and all of that, and she came out with that. Now, there was a conversation that we didn't get to see. We weren't privy to that conversation that Robin had actually been raped when she was a teenage girl in high school and whatever. And Karen just kind of shared that. And I'm like, Karen, like that wasn't yours to share. Robin shared it with you. She didn't share it on camera, but Karen that took and shared it. Yeah, Robin got raped too. That's it. Okay, and Robin kind of looked like, yeah, girl's out there now. It is what it is, honey. Anyway, I was like, oh wow, mess. Anyhow, um, that kind of bothered me. But Robin just, I guess she just sucked that up, like whatever. Maybe part give her some storyline other than this dumbass Juan shit. Um, so let's talk about Monique. And like I said, it was Monique's night. And Monique basically got to address all the ladies about them talking about her talking too much. And she addressed the situation about her goddamn mother-in-law and told them, yeah, I just the lady they said, asked her how was things with her mother-in-law. She said things are the same. She said we just had bought her a car. I picked the car. We bought her the car and sent the car to her. And after that is when she said, I've seen the footage. She said, I didn't know she called me a heifer and all of that. And she said, me and my husband both like looked and was like, what? What did she just say? And said, we like rewound it back and stuff. So I think after she watched it, that mother-in-law carrying on the way she did, I think that solidified the fuck up of the relationship between them two. She said she ain't talked to that woman. It's been damn near a year. And that's what Giselle was like, you haven't spoken to your mother-in-law in almost a year? And you know what? I fucking got it. The way the mother-in-law carried on here, if she's my mother-in-law, I wouldn't speak to the bitch either. That's his mother. It's not my mother. Fuck her. That woman made it very evident she does not care for Monique at all. Monique doesn't owe her anything. She did not marry her. She married her son. And you got on national television, my doing, to put you on national television and sat up there and tried to clown me in front of the world. No, I wouldn't have a goddamn thing to say to her. And I would dare her son to tell me I had to speak to her. I would give her one big old fuck you, honey. And that's where our relationship would be. So I don't blame her at all for that. And I know people's feelings are mixed about that, but fuck her. I done told y'all before how I feel about people when you start dating people and marrying people. Child, I don't date and I don't have a mate. So, but I've never changed. I'm that same person as I always was. I've had boyfriends and I never married their families and I never tried. I'm not trying to win over your family. I ain't trying to win you over. You know, this is it. You want it? Get at it. Fuck your family. If we get along, cool. If we don't get along, that's cool too. And you better be cool with it as well. Now, I'm not going to disrespect your family unless they come over here fucking with me. And in this case, his mother went over there fucking with Monique. Fuck that lady. That lady was something else, honey. I wouldn't be fucking with that woman. But she got the chance to just say, yeah, it is what it is. I ain't speaking to her. And she didn't dog her. I'd have drug her old ass, but she didn't drag her. She just let her go. But where she definitely set her sights on her and Giselle supposedly kumbaya made up and all that, baby, she let Giselle's ass have it, honey. She let her have it. Told her, you were nasty from the beginning. You came in, you had something to say. You were nasty. You never gave me a chance. Period. So told him and all that stuff about I talk too much. Yeah, maybe I do, and maybe I'll work on that. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have did that. That one, that maybe I'll work. I'm not gonna work on that. This is me. Y'all either like me or y'all don't. And fuck you. You think I talk too much? Bitch, how about I don't have to talk to you at all? And I was really bothered when Robin was really. You're gonna be bold enough, Robin, to really try to really reiterate that. Well, you do talk a lot. Well, bitch, you really do talk stupid. You talk stupid, miss. I get dick every now and again, but I lay in the bed with it every night. And you gonna point out somebody talk too much. You don't fucking talk enough, you dumb bitch. Anyway, I was that bothered me, and I was like, I'm Monique, bitch. You ain't even gotta talk to them. Fuck them. I could never. I could never. I wish a motherfucker would. I talk too much. Okay, there's only one correction for you talk too much. Don't talk to that motherfucker no more. End of story. Bullshit. Who the fuck are you, dumbass? Anyway, um, so they did that, and then she went into the whole thing about the houses and all of that stuff, and she basically got the chance to get it out there and let Giselle know. She said, "Honey, listen, I married my husband. My husband loves me. He happens to have these things. You kept trying to make a separation about what I brought into the marriage and what it don't matter what it is, baby. What's mine's is mine's. What's his is mine's, bitch, and you're mad, honey, because you're living off of the 10% of the congregation's money that your husband is stealing, your ex-husband." And I sat there and I said, bitch, she got you. She got you, Miss Giselle. Girl, you don't have anything to say, honey, when you're living off of the ill-gotten gains of the church. I said, oh my God, honey. Today was the day that Monique got the chance to really say what she had to say with all the information lined up. And she had no blind spots. She's seen everything, and I've been waiting for it. I knew it was going to happen. She had all the information in front of her. She's seen all the little nasty shit that you all have said, and she went right the fuck for y'all. And I thought it was cute. Then they asked her to rap. And when Robin went to say something, she said, "Now we can go there if you want to, Robin." I said, "Okay, Robin, you done got girl. She got your number, bitch. She got your number, honey." Then she ended up doing this rap. Andy asked her to do the rap. She did a rap, and it kind of really. He probably should have had her do it at the end. It was real cute, though. I thought the rap was cute. It covered every cast member and what their little storyline was. And it was done. It was cute. Child, by that time, Robin was in her feelings, honey. Robin was like, I'm not amused. I'm not amused. Because the last line was Robin, honey, and gave that. Robin is still talking about Wanda. They said a year later, Robin's still talking about Wanda, honey. I said, oh my God, honey. But she did. And it wasn't nasty. Like the shade on the rap wasn't nasty. It was just a cute little wrap up. And I think Andy should have probably had her do it at the very, very end as the wrap of the whole reunion, a two-part of the reunion. But that was it. That's what went on with this first part. And we'll see. They're going to bring they're going to bring the husbands in next week. That's the one thing I almost forgot. They brought in Giselle's new man friend. Bitch, if you don't quit chasing coins and quit your playing, honey. So you was dating Jamal Bryant, who is not bad looking at all. He's not bad looking. He fucked 3/4 of the church. And then you had Kevin, who was absolutely a looker, okay? And then you bring this little big head motherfucker in here. Tell about this is who you, oh yeah, I like him and this, that, and the other, and then you solidify that he had a big thing. He should. He should, because you got to have something. And they always say, honey, if you want yourself a good piece, get yourself an ugly man, honey. Shout out to Millie Jackson, honey. She said, ugly men don't get none too often. You get yourself an ugly man, he'll give your stuff a black eye, honey. And that's what she did. That man is just as ugly. That man, he's sitting over there. I said, child, if he don't look like a little, he's sitting there, child, little dark man, honey, little round head. I was looking to see flies flying around his head, honey. That's what he looked like, and I'm just going to leave that right there. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. He was not attractive, not in the least. And there's nothing that Giselle could say to me to make me believe that you are attracted to that man. I bet his bank book is probably really, really cute. His checkbook is probably real, real vicious. Because that look. Anyway, and on that, that's all I have for part 1 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I'll talk to you guys next week. Later.